Well, hello. We're back in Skyrim. I mean, we're back in my Skyrim modding sort of shenanigans. So, as I said previously, I started modding Skyrim because I found pre-made mod list not very much up to my liking. So I decided to make my own. I figured, well, it must be easy. You just take the list, take the things that you like in it, discard the rest. Well, not that easy. Not at all. So when I started doing that, little did I know how deep a rabbit hole that is. I think I do not know that half well still, but yeah, let's just take a quick look at the pictures that I took when I was sort of getting to love my list so very much. And at that point, my list was like about 300 mods heavy, so quite a lot. And, you know, with that amount of mods, for a person who has never modded and knows next to nothing about mods, it was really, really very difficult for me to really pin down which mod does what, obviously. So I knew I loved the vibe, and I can tell you just right away, it was Nature of the Wildlands tree mod and Azurite Weather, which at that point I did not know how important that was. This is Cities of the North Valkyrie. And yeah, this was one of the points that made me really, you know, try and think of getting back to the basics, because this is the Rift, believe it or not. So this is a green rift, and I really loved my autumn, copper, golden, amber, you know, all that autumny good stuff Rift. And I just, yeah, couldn't have it. And I was a little bit, not that I do not love it. I mean, I really love summer woods, but Rift, really? Even though, yeah, it looked beautiful, look. So at the very other sort of part of the scale, we had Northern Roads, and Northern Roads adds all this beautiful sort of additions, yeah. So like this kind of frames around the roads, the totems, and all the other things that really look great. But can you believe how many? I don't think it is visible here, but yeah, there are loads of places where you have got those gaps in the meshes, and it just looked so horrible, and I found it really difficult to, you know, find the patches. And that was the first time when I thought, what is this texture pack? Like, this is Kind's Growth. I came there just, you know, checking up how my modding sort of looks in game, and I thought, I do not remember this texture pack. What was that? And I started looking into it, then ventured off a little bit more, yes. And look, and I came back to Riverwood, and I thought, no, I do not remember that texture pack. What might that be? And I reached out to Alec and I said, do you know what that is? He said, well, it looks fine, but, and I said, yeah, it does, but it's kind of unnerving for me that I do not know what that is. What makes this, you know, what's this texture pack? And he said, well, just start from the beginning. do it from scratch, open the world document and write down every mod you install and just, be thorough, be methodical. And I thought, well, green and methodical, they're just like, oxymoron. So, but yeah, that's what I did. I made another profile in my vortex, and yes, I know everybody says you're supposed to use MO2. No, it looks like black magic to me. So vortex is the only thing I can use now because I'm just, I'm a newbie, and I. So yeah, go easy on me on that, please. Anyways, I started from the beginning, and the very first thing I noticed is I could no longer use the mods that I thought made the biggest difference. And one of them was Community Shader, and the other one was Volumetric Lighting. So as soon as I made my second profile and started putting stuff in that, and I put Volumetric Lighting alongside Community Shaders, it just would crash, and it would give me a whole lot of errors, and I just couldn't get in the game. So I started looking into this problem, and yeah, this is my volumetric lighting mode that I really love. I mean, look at that. Who does not want their game to look like that? I mean, I do. And yes, I know it's personal preference, but oh, look at that. I just want to have my game, looking like that. Really. So very, well, maybe not this one, but yeah, just look at that. So wonderful. And what have I found? Incompatible. Yes, this is exactly, will disable all hooks and features. This is exactly what I got. And then there's good person, good lady, I think. I don't know. Anyway, this good person says that you are actually supposed to use SkySync community shaders, which replaces volumetric lighting. So that's what I did. I downloaded this SkySync, which supposedly with community shaders should look exactly like, well, similarly to AVLAS, so volumetric lighting. So that's what I did. I downloaded a bunch of community shaders, sort of presets or additional mods to make it look better, give me more shading and stuff. And I was additionally sort of encouraged to go with community shaders because I found that in Alpine mod list, which Alec is currently using, and by the way, do check out his Alpine playthrough. I am just constantly, when I watch those episodes, I just feel like, and I really have to struggle with myself because the urge is so strong. The urge, the need to just download the blimmin' list, toggle AI off, because it has got a very difficult combat for me. I feel I would struggle a lot with that. So just toggle AI off and just walk around and take pictures because it looks so blimmin' good. So I looked at the Alpine mod list and I saw that the guy actually uses volumetric lighting with a bunch of ENBs, which I am not comfortable dealing with because, well, I briefly took a look at ENB webpage and I couldn't even find the download. So yeah, but truth be told, I spent like 2 minutes on that. So I feel I might be able to figure that out. It just seemed a little bit too complicated as for such a beginning modder as myself. So yeah, just I thought I would stick with community shaders. And the other thing that this guy the mod author for Alpine uses is Witchy Wilderness, which is a grass mod. So that's what I installed. And this is basically that. Just look at the cow parsley. And yes, I know it is blurring a little bit too much, but it was just my first download. Look at the lupins. Look at the cow parsley. Look at all those little tiny, whatever that are. A little wild poppies, I think. I just love that so very much. I mean, the ground cover. So, and the tundra. Oh, look at the tundra. The tundra looks marvelous. And actually, I found that in Alpine, there are no lupins like that. No cow parsley. So in the Riverwood area, there is actually no Witchy Wilderness. The mod author, I think he uses, well, them, I don't know. They use it only for the tundra, I guess. I mean, as much as I have seen Alpine so far. So the other thing that I really love, and I do not see myself not using, is Nature of the Wildlands. So this is Nature of the Wildlands together with Witchy Wilderness. So just take a look. The woods, the trees, the forest looks just so beautiful and lushy. Look at that. Just the whole lot of different trees species, and then not only those. Just let me take a look at. Oh yeah, that for starters, and then some other, not just Christmas trees, right? So not only spruces, but also pines and real different variety of pines. So this was really wonderful. And then I knew I used Azurite for my, here I've got the pines. I knew I used Azurite for my now broken mod list. So I downloaded Azurite as well, but at that point I started thinking like, what if I found another weather mod? And by that time, I should actually figure that out by that point. I should actually know, being a photographer, that the weather means lighting, and lighting means good or bad photography. So I should have figured out by that point that the whole problem was with the weather mod. Look what happens when I used, this is Azurite together with community shaders. It does not exactly look like the other one, but now I started digging deeper into that, and this is Climates of Tamriel. So this gives a beautiful painterly look, but it doesn't exactly give you the same depth in the cities. So I did a lot of other testings. So this is Climates of Tamriel with some additional mods for community shaders. And yeah, and that is another time when my heart actually sank a little bit, because this was one of the sceneries that I actually loved so very much with my very, very first very first mods. And just let me, yes, so look how deep the scenery is, how beautiful the shading is, the lighting. And so this is my first now broken mod list with both community shaders. For some reason back then it was working fine with volumetric lighting. This is Happy Little Trees still, but and Azurite Weather, yeah. So that's basically what I'm trying to recreate, but with this, where was it? Oh, where was it? Come on, here. Yeah, but with this second mod list based on community shaders, since out of the blue, community shaders stopped working with volumetric lighting, supposedly having something in its place. It did not look that well. Like, look at this. Not that well at all. Just let me show you the comparison. So take a look at this comparison. So the first on the left is Gates to Sovngarde, which was actually one of the very reasons for me to just, you know, do something of my own. The middle is now broken first mod list with still Happy Little Trees, like in Gates to Sovngarde. Skyland retexture, just like this one. Well, the grass, the cathedral grass, I think, just like in Gates to Sovngarde. And then community shaders and volumetric lighting. And on the right was the very new sort of iteration with only community shaders, because volumetric lighting would not work with them. And other than that, I also used Nature of the Wildlands trees and Witchy Wilderness grass. And on top of that, I would use Climates of Tamriel rather than Azurite. So those all three are taken in exact same moment of the day, in exact same month. I mean, last seed, it's like the first, I don't know, the first of or the second day into the playthrough. And it's about 7 a.m. So the dawn is just breaking right behind that mountain. So yeah, the difference is just so vast. And I thought, no way. I know you cannot do anything to the weather in your real life sort of scenery when you just go out and take pictures. But I thought, no way, I could not understand that the weather does it all, really. So I gathered, well, the culprit was surely the weather mod and probably this volumetric lighting. So I decided to try that. So what I did, I actually downloaded, not one, not two, but you know, that's just Reen, what she does. And yeah, she just plunges like head first, all in. So I downloaded 8 weather mods. And on top of that, I made another custom made profile. So now I have this one iteration. This is the broken one. I cannot access any longer. This is the first iteration with community shaders. And then I do have my volumetric lighting edition without community shaders. So yeah, just those are all those different mods, weather mods, and also all those different the two different sort of basic settings, community shaders versus volumetric lighting. And on top of that, I also played a little bit with reshade, but at the end, yeah, I managed to get even that wrong and I broke it. So now I only get just a bunch of errors, and yeah, the reshade does not work any longer for me. Besides, those reshades do not actually do that much. So yeah, I decided not to bother with that. So yeah, I will show you now just the basic comparisons between different settings. So there will be the 9, because there is also vanilla, and then 8 weather mode on top, and all that doubled because we've got either community shaders or volumetric lighting. So yeah, I did a bunch of testing. It took a lot of time. So yeah, let me just show you that. Before we dive head first into all those strange things, just let me take you through the very basics. So, this is the very, very vanilla Riverwood, like nothing on top, just nothing. Not even community shaders, no volumetric lighting, nothing. Very much vanilla. And here we've got Skyland retexture and volumetric lighting. Here we've got volumetric lighting with Azurite Weather mod on top. And now you see it starts looking a little bit like this culprit, this first thing. Let me just show you so that we could remember it well. Yeah, so this is it. This is the culprit. This is the print screen that started me sort of wondering what's going really on. What is really going on with those 300 mods? Yeah, so this is what started. And take notice of the white, sort of whitish grayish posts, and then very dark planks, and the very sort of crisp scenery, like, you know, no fog at all. And very distinct curves. By curves, I mean this tool right here. When you make this very distinct S-curve, you see the contrast is going all over. But this picture, this print screen, actually does look as if it got this very harsh S-curve applied to begin with. So yeah, this is the culprit. And now let's go through all the others. So, yeah, back to that. Very much vanilla. Then Skyland retextures and volumetric lighting. So no community shaders, just volumetric lighting. Now, volumetric lighting with Azurite Weather, and now volumetric lighting, but with Climates of Tamriel weather mod, not Azurite. And then I decided to take a look at community shaders, and here you have community shaders together with Azurite, and just take a look. No, don't take a look just yet. Yeah, so this is Azurite Weather with volumetric lighting, and this is exactly the same moment. Everything is the same, but it is Azurite with community shaders. So look at the difference. The difference is just, it just pokes your eyes, really. So let me show you some other comparisons now. So I changed the scenery a little bit, found a nice sunrise spot, and this is community shaders with different weather mods. So this is just vanilla. And this is a mod called Better Vanilla. So you can see it is a little bit darker than the vanilla one. Then we've got Climates of Tamriel, Wonder, Azurite, not much sunrise anymore, Rustic, Legendary Climates of Legendary Weather mod or something, Mythical Ages, Cathedral Weathers. Again, where's the sunrise gone? Oh, this is something different. This is just Cathedral, general view about 8 a.m. And yeah, community shaders with Cathedral, bluish blue. And now take a look at vanilla sunrise, totally vanilla, with volumetric lighting. This is volumetric lighting with Better Vanilla. This is Cathedral. Not much of a sunrise any longer. This is Climates of Tamriel, Wonder, Azurite, Rustic Weathers, Legendary Skyrim Weather, and Mythical Ages. So now you can very well see the comparison between even the very vanilla one, like here I've got volumetric lighting, and here you've got community shaders. And yes, I know the other difference is this is vanilla grass, and this is witchy wilderness, which was actually the very reason for me to get on with community shaders in the first place. So yeah, take your pick. I mean, community shaders look very flat. They look very much HDR, and not a very good HDR form for me. So what is the further from the light source, just like here with volumetric lighting, the light source is over there, and towards the edges of the scene, everything gets a little bit darker. I also do not know why the sun is casting shadows like that and all the others in this community shader thing, but I wouldn't, mess with that too much. It could be because I waited like 5 minutes longer before actually taking the screenshot for some reason. So yeah, don't let us not dwell on that, but just take a look at the quality of shades between those two. Let's compare some others. Like I really like Climates of Tamriel. I might be the one that I actually pick up choosing. So yeah, so this is Climates of Tamriel in those both settings. So volumetric lighting versus community shaders. Yeah, let us see the sunset. Let us see the sunset now. So why is not vanilla first for some reason? So this is community shaders, vanilla weather. This is better vanilla. This is Cathedral with community shaders all the way. This is Climates of Tamriel. Wonder. Azurite. That's the difference. And let me remind you, everything is totally the same. Like it's virtually the same quick save. Just, you know, loaded like 50 times. Rustic. Legendary Weathers. And Mythical Ages. Now, let's go with Volumetric Lighting. What a difference. This is vanilla. Better vanilla. The Climates of Tamriel. Cathedral. Was the sunset gone? Wonder. Azurite. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I really like it. Then Rustic. Legendary. And Mythic. So take a look at just, you know, my favorite Climates of Tamriel. So this would be this and that. So again, everything is the same apart from grass, obviously, and community shaders versus volumetric lighting. And let's take a look at Azurite maybe, because Azurite is really very bright. Total difference, like different, everything is different on those two screenshots. So yeah, that is really something to notice. And the last thing I wanted to share, and I really know that this is not very distinct and you could probably not see all these intricacies between those sceneries, but the top two are vanilla. Yeah, so this is the vanilla volumetric lighting. This is vanilla, but with community shaders. And those two are Climates of Tamriel. So this is Climates of Tamriel with volumetric lighting. And this is Climates of Tamriel with community shaders. And let's just add Azurite for some, you know, diversity. So this is Azurite with volumetric lighting, and this is Azurite with community shaders. So exactly the same moment, exactly the same, you know, point in time. And you can see that even Mesa is either very visible or not. The clouds are totally different. Everything looks so much different. Like, it is unbelievable. So, yeah, that is something I really need to take a close look. Now I need to really analyze all that and make sure I choose the setting I really like most. And I probably, before I even do that, I will just open some nice beautiful, like, this is Wonder, and I really like Wonder. I really like Planets of Tamriel. They do not look the best in the settlements, like in Riverwood. For some reason, everything looks dim and very flat, but in the wild, it just gives this painterly look that I really love. So yeah, I might go with that one, but it is not yet decided. So yeah, I am probably going with volumetric lighting and not with community shaders. I am probably going to do my best and try this ENB. So yeah, as for now, I am sorry to say that probably community shaders are sort of compromised for me. I don't think I can really enjoy community shaders from that point on. Like, look at that. Just look at that. Like, no. Like, no. Just take a look at this comparison and yeah. Not even the witchy wilderness on the right picture can, save it for me. So yeah. That's all for right now, and I am very sorry for being hectic and just talking, all over the place, but it is a very much on the go, on the run. I have just did this humongous testing, and I'm not even done yet. So yeah, we'll reconvene when I've made my mind and I have decided maybe I will also take a look at this ENB and yes, just get on with stuff. Skyrim modding journey continues. So we'll see in the next one. See ya. Ta-ra.